Yes, very good morning, my dear friends. So, good morning. Right, come on. So, friends, first of all, welcome you all to discussion about a brilliant subject known as CA Final. Exactly, CMA Final Indirect Tax Laws. So, this is Shiva Teja in front of you. I'm a qualified chartered accountant and a cost accountant, qualified way back in the year 2011, not now. So, after that, I worked for 2 years with corporate in Big Four team, Big Four corporate tax team. And after that, I got into my own practice, and I've also been into teaching. And I've been into teaching for various places like Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore, Calicut, Cochin, Chennai, lot of places I traveled. And happy to share that in last 12, 13 years, I trained close to more than 20,000 plus students. And I'm very happy for that and proud about it. So, thank you. So, during our discussion, I'm going to spend some good time with you about our paper 19, our CMA Final Indirect Tax Laws, something very practical and very important. See, prior to GST, we had so many indirect tax laws in India, and we all know that in 2017 there was a conglomeration of all the indirect taxes coming together, and they made it one nation, one tax. That is nothing but GST. And I've been working on GST right from 2016. You might get one doubt, sir, GST came in 2017. No, sir, what you have done in 2016. The fact is very clear that the model GST laws were proposed in 2016, not in 17. 16, the amendment bills have come, Amendment Act has come. Post that in 2017, GST has become a law in India. And let me tell you that I'm a practicing chartered accountant into full-time practice. So I've been into practice for last more than 13 plus years. And I'm telling that fact not to tell about myself, but primarily to tell you that in my office, we are almost about 6 to 7 partners, and I'll take care only about tax. That's it. Primarily more into GST. When I say GST, it is not just filing of GSTR1, GSTR3B. I do lot of scrutiny, survey, litigation, assessment matters, and also appeals. We have lot of clients into various sectors for which we do a lot of work in GST practically. And I'm telling this point very clearly to you, only to highlight and tell you that I will bring lot of practical things into the classroom and make sure that you understand things practically, which is very important. Because ultimately, you are final students. When you're in CMA final, or for that matter CA final students, it is very important that you need to understand the concepts very clearly, because tomorrow when you qualify, you have to apply all these concepts practically. Correct? No? Are we learning only for the sake of passing and just that we get a degree? If only degree is the criteria, BCom, MCom is sufficient. Correct? No, I will show you hundreds of MBAs who are still struggling to get a job. For a reason, because MBA, if you do from a local college, it's of no use. If you do from a bigger college or a bigger university, it makes some sense. In the same way, when you do a professional course like CA, CS or CMA, if you just do it for the sake of learning, that's of no use. For the sake of exam, it's of no use. It is important that learning should be supported by knowledge, which you can implement practically, which is most important. That if you do, only then we say that your success will come. Because your real success is not passing. Your real success is what you are doing after passing. Correct? Yes? So that's very important. Right from day one, in the first lecture only, I'm very clearly telling you, I want utmost participation in the classroom. This cannot be a one-way Babaji communication. You are not here for pravachan. I'm not here for giving some pravachan. So let's ensure that we keep this class as interactive as possible. Any doubts, any questions you have, feel free to ask. Because ultimately this class is for us. We have to ensure that we get the utmost benefit out of this classroom. Clear? And this subject, there is a high possibility to get some bigger numbers, not just passing. So let's work towards it and aim for a bigger number. And chartered accountants and cost accountants have got a good amount of privilege after GST has come. After GST has come, lot of new things have come. Any new thing coming into the market, it takes some time for it to digest. And businessman is struggling, the only person who can support him is CA or CMA. Simple answer. Who else can do? Don't tell CS. CS is more valued for secretarial practice, not for tax. When it comes to tax, only 2 persons are valued, CA or CMA. Simple. Clear with that? Everyone. So last but not the least, before I get into subject, I really don't know from what background you have come into this. That is, whether you, when I say background, I'm clearly talking about whether you have come to this course either by choice or by chance. I really don't know. Whether you have come by choice or by chance, you have come, right? So So complete it and go. Simple equation. I joined CA and I've also done CMA along with that. I came into this course purely by chance, not by choice. I have chosen my intermediate by choice. I didn't like physics, I didn't like chemistry. When I don't like physics, I don't like chemistry, I have no option. I cannot go to engineering, I cannot go to doctor. Correct, right? Till date, I really don't know potassium, why it is not P, why it is K. I'm still surprised. So that's why I don't like that physics, chemistry. Somehow I don't like that subject at all. If you ask me why, I don't like it, that's all. I'm not telling a subject is bad. I'm telling I'm not fit for that subject. So that's why I've chosen to get into course like MEC, Economics, Commerce. Somebody told CA is very good, I joined CA. Then somebody told CMA also is very good, I joined CMA also. So both I have done simultaneously and I'm qualified both in the first attempt. That is where my journey has been. So, thank you sir, thank you sir, thank you. So right from schooling, I was not somebody who got 90s and all. I just got 70s in my schooling, but still I could succeed in the professional course in the first attempt. I'm telling this because some students have that wrong notion telling that from childhood I'm not so talented, sir. This is nonsense and rubbish. Talent is not a measure so to judge that talent is less, talent is more. It is all your hard work, it is all your effort, what you put in, which will get you success. You cannot tell that statement from childhood, I'm not so bright. I'm also not bright. Simple. I got just 74% in schooling. Still I passed, no. You can do it. But it's all in your hands, how much effort you put in. The most important element in professional course is consistency, which is the key to success. According to me, it is not anything else. In only one word I will define, that is consistency. A cricket player, when you see, he cannot tell, I will directly play the match. Even though match is not there, still he will do a practice every day. Correct, right? So consistency is the key to success. Daily you practice, things will happen. Practice only makes man perfect. Woman also perfect, don't worry. Clear? So let's take it positively. With this happy positive note, let's work for it and ensure that majority are writing exams in June 2026. Let's ensure that we get success out of it. Clear? Everybody friends? Can we get into subject? I am comfortable with Telugu, Hindi, English. Any doubts you have, you can feel free to ask. If you have discomfort in asking in English, you can ask in Telugu as well. No problem, I don't mind. But while teaching subject, I will teach majority in English only. The reason because you have to write exam in English. Simple answer. If I want, I can teach in Telugu, but what is the use for you? Subject will come, but writing, who will write? Correct, no? That's very important. Today's date, the problem with the generation is that we don't have time to write happy birthday also. We're writing HBD, good night, no time, GN, TC, take care, SD. Whenever on my birthday somebody sends me HBD, no, I will not reply also. That fellow is not having time to write happy birthday also. What should I reply, sir? I should write TY. Thank you. Sir? ITQ means? TQ. Achha, TQ means thank you. Oh my God. In exam, if you write all this TQ, IQ means gone. In exam, write full language, please. Clear? Done. So friends, this particular subject of indirect tax laws, paper number? Paper 19, indirect tax laws. Sir, you have got 100 marks weightage for direct tax. Equally, you have got 100 marks weightage for indirect tax as well. Correct? At inter level, what was it? Exactly. But when it comes to final, it's very clearly 100. What, madam? Syllabus, old syllabus, new syllabus. There is a small difference. It's okay, leave it. But final level, 100 marks we have direct tax, 100 marks we have got indirect tax. So there is a reason for that, why 200 marks weightage is given for this. Clear? I would say every subject is wonderful, IDT is even more wonderful. You will realize why. At the end of classes, I'll make you tell that. That is my guarantee. Okay? Right. This subject, you have got GST, which is worth for about 70 marks. What is GST? Don't tell good night, sweet dreams, take care. I'll send you out from here. GST full form? Goods and? Wrong answer. It is goods and services tax. It is not service tax. It is goods and this has got a weightage of 70 marks in your syllabus. And this 70 marks consists of topics like supply, time of supply, value of supply, place of supply, input tax credit, assessment procedures, appeals and revisions, demands and recovery. We have got concept of advance ruling, walkthrough of GST portal, e-way bill, returns, accounts and records, tax invoice, credit note, debit note, anti-profiteering. So many concepts are there. And all these concepts put together, there is a weightage of 70 marks in our syllabus. Clear? Already you learnt all this in cmainter? Sum. How much you remember in that sum? Sum. In that sum, how much you can recollect now? Sum. In that sum, if something comes in exam, how much you can write? Sum. Over. I understood. So that means syllabus this much was there. This much you learnt, this much you understood, this much you wrote in exam, this much you forgot, this much is left. Passed. Sorry? Exactly. So ultimately pass, no. That is enough, forget it. Why I asked that question, you know? I will teach the subject as if you don't know anything. Or should I teach subject as if you know everything? First category only? The moment I told first category, as if we don't know everything, half of students. Sairam. The moment I told as if you know everything, no. Fresh, complete. We are sealed piece, sir. You should only completely teach us. Go on. GST is worth for how many marks, friends? Then we have got customs and foreign trade policy, which is worth for about 30 marks. And let me honestly tell you, customs is not custom. Yeah, so please don't think that way. It is very sweet. We can comfortably learn topics like introduction, types of duty, valuation under customs, baggage, warehousing. Some good interesting topics are there in customs as well, which is a part of our syllabus. So first, we are going to spend some good time on GST. Post that, we'll spend good time on customs. GST will take some sweet time. First, we'll learn a lot in GST, get some good clarity of subject and solve some questions. Then we'll look at customs as well. Clear, friends? In the classroom, I'll give you two materials. One is your IDT Navigator, which is basically your concept book. Your entire concept is completely covered in that IDT Navigator book. And one more book what you will get is Q&A book, which is basically the question and answer book. Answers are also printed in that. Almost some 400 pages material it is. In every chapter, plethora of questions are covered. Lot of questions are covered. With answers, I gave solution there. But in the classroom also, we are going to solve lot of questions. Apart from question answer book. That also we'll do. Some more question also we'll do. Clear? And one more thing is that in the class, during the explanation, during discussion, I'm going to write some points. And once I complete the explanation and the concept, I will wait for 2-3 minutes. I want you also to write that. Running notes should happen in the classroom only. Clear? It takes 2 minutes for me to take a printout and give it to you. For example, this is one last batch where customs is going on, where at end of the syllabus is there. I can bluntly take a printout and give it to you. It takes 5 minutes for me to take a printout and give. But what is the use? Ultimately, you should get a clarity, no? Unless you get a clarity, just to print out what will come. These are all not numbers. They are all sections, rules. You will learn. Time will come. Apna time आएगा. Don't worry. थोड़ा लेट नहीं, बहुत जल्दी आएगा. Clear? Everyone? So please maintain one separate book for indirect tax. Don't maintain all in one book. Please maintain a separate book for indirect tax and ensure that during the discussion, participate in the classroom. Please keep replying when I'm asking questions. Okay? Make sense? Everyone? Fair enough. Come on. First, what is your paper pattern? Anyone, any idea? 30 marks is given for MCQ. MCQ means? Very good. Is it good or bad? Good? One way very good. One way very dangerous. Why? If a theory question, 6 marks question is coming, something you will write, some story you will write, at least 6 marks, 1-2 marks can come. MCQ, either gone or come. Straight simple answer. Either full marks will come or 0 marks will come. One way very, very scoring because marks will come. One way very dangerous because very easy to lose marks. Agreed, sir? Everybody? Good. 70 marks is for descriptive. And in exam MCQ, sometimes they also give case study based MCQ, where they'll give a situation and circumstance, and on that circumstance, they'll frame some questions and ask in the examination as to how do we tackle in this particular situation, in this particular circumstance. Clear, friends? So what is the paper pattern? 30 marks is MCQ and 70 marks is descriptive. And that 70 marks, generally what happens is, they will give 14 marks, 6 questions, wherein one will be choice. You have to write any 5. 5 into 14 marks. 5 into 14 marks will become 70 marks. And this, we'll get 7 questions, you will get 2 choice. Exactly. 2 choice, you have to write any 5. 5 into 14 marks each question. Now, you have to understand one point here. 14 marks is not that 14 marks, one big question will come. In that 14, lot of times they'll divide as 7, 7. Sometimes they also divide as 5, 5, 4 also. It is their wish. Clear, friends? You cannot question them. As to telling 14 marks question, you do directly. So just write answer. Never question the question. If you question the question, question questions you. What we want is not the question. We want answer. Understood, no? So no troubles. Only answer. Clear, everybody? Fair enough. Come on. Let's start the discussion, my dear friends. Let's proceed. First of all, tell me, my dear friends, what do you mean by the word tax? Tax is a gift to government. Payment to government. Optional. Basically, tax is a mandatory fee levied by government. It is not option, it's mandatory. Correct, no friends? And there are 2 types of taxes. Tell me, friends. Direct tax and indirect tax. Some students will give crazy answer telling direct tax is levied directly, indirect tax is levied indirectly, which is most horrible answer. Now, do you want to give that horrible answer? Thank you. Please tell what is direct tax. Progressive. Wow. Who is that boy? Progressive? Very good. Direct tax. Sorry? Somebody, one person speak. Different tax rate for different person. Madam, you are telling features of direct tax. I am asking, what is the meaning of direct tax? Huh? Indirect tax? So technically, the language what we use is, direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence both are on same person. And let me tell you, impact means who is liable to pay. One more time I repeat, sir. Impact means what, sir? Who is liable to pay. I repeat one more time. Impact means who is liable to pay. Incidence means who actually pays. Come on, friends. Impact means what? Who is liable to pay. Whereas incidence means who actually pays. One more time I repeat. Impact means who is liable to pay. Incidence means who actually pays. In case of direct tax, the person who is liable to pay and the person who actually pays, both are one and the same. Getting clarity, friends? So in case of direct tax, what is the answer, friends? Person who is liable to pay, person who actually pays, both are same person. Clear? Next, indirect tax. Impact and incidence is on different person. Person who is liable to pay, person who actually pays, both are different. Classic examples are income tax. Shiva Teja has earned income. Shiva Teja is liable to pay income tax. Liability is on my head only, and who actually pays is Shiva Teja only. That's why income tax is called direct tax. But indirect tax, classic example, GST. Take an example of restaurant. Who is liable to pay GST? No, wrong answer. Who is liable to pay GST is always the restaurant owner. But who actually pays is the, exactly. When we go to movie, when we go to watch a movie, sir, who is liable to pay GST? What? Customer, madam. Theater owner. Who actually pays? Please. Audience. Very good. Audience. Okay. Is that clear with that, everybody? So person who actually pays, person who is liable to pay, both are different when it comes to indirect tax. That is where, my dear friends, in indirect tax, in what tax? Indirect tax, there is a concept of shifting of tax burden. In indirect tax, my dear friends, there is a concept of what, sir? Shifting of tax burden. The burden is shifted to another person. Basically, supplier will shift the liability to the recipient. Supplier will shift the liability to the recipient. So person who is liable to pay is what? What is liable to recipient, madam? Who is the person liable to pay? Supplier. Who actually pays? Recipient. One more time I repeat. Person who is liable to pay? Supplier. Who actually pays? Because the burden of tax is shifted. One more time I'm asking. Who is liable to pay? Who is actually paying? But in some cases, supplier is not liable to pay, recipient is liable to pay. Those cases are called reverse charge mechanism. Understanding? Speak out, sir. In exam, some are writing dangerous answer. Reverse charge means charge is reversed. Sir, don't show your talent in writing all these crazy answers. Marks will not come. We are writing a professional exam, not a BCom exam. Clear, no? BCom exam, the problem is that lot of universities are not correcting properly. That's where marks are coming like that. But when writing a professional exam, your word should be professional. Simple answer. One letter, one word, entire meaning will change. Clear? Speak out. Getting clarity on this. Come on. Direct tax is the tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Indirect tax is the tax where impact and incidence is on different person. Impact means who is liable to pay. Incidence means person who is liable to pay, person who actually pays. Both are same in case of what? Direct tax. Both are different in case of what? Where is the concept of shifting of tax burden? Correct? No, it is not in case of direct tax. It is in case of indirect tax. Now I'll tell you an interesting line. direct taxes progressive in nature. One more time I repeat, sir. What is that line? Direct tax is progressive in nature. Whereas indirect tax is regressive in nature. One more time I repeat, friends. What is that line I just wrote? Direct tax is what in nature? Progressive in nature. Whereas indirect tax is regressive in nature. The progressive means what? Excellent answer. Higher the income, higher the tax. Lower the income, lower the tax. In income tax, you would have heard something called slab rates, no? Up to 2.5 lakhs nil, 2.5 to 5 lakh, 5%, 5 to 10, 20%, about 10, 30%. If it is optional tax regime. Default tax regime, 3 lakhs, 3 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 to 12. Of course, June 26 exam, no? Up to 4 lakhs, 4 to 8. Very good. So getting clarity? Speak out. That rates are different based on income. And there's something called surcharge also. Beyond 50 lakhs, beyond 1 crore, beyond 2 crores, beyond 5 crores. Surcharge rates are different. Higher the income, lower the income. That's why it is called progressive in nature. Now what is indirect tax story? Listen. Sir, imagine Shiva Teja. Me only. Shiva Teja, I want to buy a watch. Let's say when I want to buy a watch, I went to a watch store. Shopkeeper told GST rate is 18%. Imagine Anant Ambani. You know Anant Ambani? He also wanted to buy same watch. Example. Okay? For him, what will be GST rate? 18%? Are Ambani, sir? Okay. One beggar, he also wants to buy same watch. For him, what is the GST rate? Are beggar also, Shiva Teja also, Ambani also same only. That is why it is called regressive in nature. Irrespective of your income, tax remains same. Getting clarity? So direct tax is what in nature? Progressive in nature. Progressive means higher the income, higher the tax. Lower the income, lower the tax. Indirect tax is what in nature? Regressive in nature. Regressive in nature means what? Irrespective of income, tax remains same. Friends, reply please. Regressive in nature means what? Irrespective of income, tax remains same. Progressive in nature means what? Higher the income, higher the tax. Lower the income. Very good. Now, GST, is it a direct tax or indirect tax? Thank you very much. Thanks for saving me. It is indirect tax. Goods and services tax. When did it come to India? Way back in? When? Tell. Tell, decide. Tomato legs are long back. When? Long back. Hey, tell the answer, sir. GST has come to India way back on 1st of July 2017. Now my question to you. Does that mean that before 1st of July 2017, there was no indirect tax in India? There, but all those are gone. Huh? Not submerged, sir. Subsumed into GST. We never told submerged. We use the word subsumed into GST. Submerged means gone. It is subsumed into GST. Now my question to you. What were the taxes which were there before GST? Now when I ask that question, students should not think for a second, sir, why all that? Tell GST, no. And if you don't know old law, what will you understand? What is new law? Clear, no, friends? Please, it makes sense to see Bahubali 2 only after seeing Bahubali 1. If you have not seen, at least in Bahubali 2, opening scene, while titles will come, they will show the whole story. Then you will understand, no? Please tell me now. What are the taxes which are there before GST? Wait. VAT. What is VAT? What was it levied on? Goods. Oh my God. On value. Oh. Now your friend will tell, sir, value added, sir. Shiva Teja of Telangana is selling goods to Ravi Teja of Andhra Pradesh. Before 2017. Before 2017, Shiva Teja of Telangana is selling goods to Ravi Teja of Andhra Pradesh. Will VAT come? Speak out. So what you are seeing my face, sir? Yes or no? Tell, sir. Yes? No? Yes. Yes for what? Acha, VAT is coming. Wrong answer. Sir, VAT is clearly levied on intrastate sale of goods. And this was levied and collected by state government. So getting clarity? And there used to be something called CST, which stands for Central Sales Tax. I repeat one more time. CST stands for what, sir? Central Sales Tax. And this was levied on interstate sale of goods. And the beauty of this concept is it was levied by central government and collected by state government. I repeat one more time. CST is levied by whom, sir? Central government and collected by state government. So getting clarity, everybody? Come on. VAT. VAT was on what? VAT was an intrastate sale of goods levied and collected by state government. CST, intrastate sale of goods levied by, collected by, exactly, levied by central government, collected by state government. Then what else was there? Somebody is telling excise. That it is not exercise, it is excise. And excise duty was levied for what? Excise duty was levied on manufacture or production of goods. Then what else was there? Very good. Service tax. This used to be levied on services. This is also gone now. Friends, correct? No? There used to be something called luxury tax. There used to be something called entertainment tax. There used to be something called entry tax. There used to be something called tax on betting, gambling, and lottery. Tax on betting, gambling, lottery. All this used to be there before GST. Now all these got what, my dear friends? Subsumed in GST. Subsumed. S-U-B-S-U-M-E-D. Subsumed in GST. Subsumed in GST means what? They are no more applicable. What is applicable is GST. Now my question to you. You write, then I will ask. I'll wait 1 minute. Done? Can I ask? Tell me, my dear friends, is GST good or bad? By 70 marks. So talk like a professional. Irrespective of? Sorry? Huh? One nation, one tax. Sorry? The same tax rate for everyone. Double taxation avoided. How, sir? Give an example. Before also a credit used to come. Before also, even in VAT, there was a concept of input tax credit. Now what is new in GST then? Exactly, multiple taxes, multiple confusion. Right? No? Only one option in life, no trouble. Multiple options, there is a problem. Boys? Thinking too much, I know. So the point to be noted is very clear. That is, prior to GST, if you are manufacturing a product, what you have to pay? Excise duty. When you sell it, again you have to pay VAT or CST. Intrastate you pay VAT, interstate you will pay CST. Correct? No? Now I will ask you one crazy thing. Listen very clearly. Please carefully concentrate. After this example, you will understand why I spent so much time in giving the introduction of all these old taxes. Listen very clearly, sir. Sir, listen. Let us say there is one person, Ramesh. Don't write. Listen first. 2 minutes, don't write. Ramesh is in Telangana state. Okay? There is one person, Mr. Suresh. He is in AP. There is another person, Mahesh. Sorry, sir? Karnataka. He is also in AP. Okay, friends? Now, Ramesh sold goods to Suresh. Ramesh sold goods to Suresh. Let us say 1 lakh rupees. What tax will come? Sorry? Very good. Don't write anything I said. Wait for 2 minutes. Assume CST is 10%. How much is that? Very good. Same goods, what Suresh has done is, Suresh sold same goods to Mahesh. And he has sold for 1,20,000. Okay, friends? What tax will come? Definitely what will come is, assume VAT is 10%. How much is that? Assume VAT is 10%, which is nothing but 12,000. We sold for 1,20,000. VAT is 10%, which is nothing but 12,000. Now tell me, from Suresh point of view, whose point of view, sir? You know this word point of view, no? Exactly, you're all social media people. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatnot. You clearly know meaning of the word called point of view. From your point of view, from my point of view, this point of view. POV. Exactly. Today's date, tremendous POV only. Friends, come back. So, Suresh point of view, tell me, what is the output tax, sir? 12,000. Sir, output tax is nothing but tax on sales. Tax what you paid on purchase is called input tax credit. Input tax what you pay, you will claim it as credit. That's why it is called input tax credit. In short, ITC. What is output tax? Tax on sales. How much is output tax? Less input tax credit, which is nothing but tax on purchases. How much? Very good. Answer is nil. Why? Let me explain. Let me explain. What AP, TS, TS? Wait. Correct only you are telling, but let me explain in technical terms. Correct only to technical terms I will tell. Sir, when Ramesh sold to Suresh, what was the tax levied? Suresh sold to Mahesh, what was the tax levied? So on sales, what is he paying? VAT. VAT is levied by whom? State government. Collected by whom? Which state? Both are in AP only. So speak out. When Ramesh sold to Suresh, one more time I repeat, listen very clearly. When Ramesh sold to Suresh, what was the tax levied? Now come back. CST is levied by whom? Very good. We discussed that CST is levied by central government. Very clearly we discussed the fact that CST is levied by central government. Collected by whom, friends? Now tell me, which state will take that money? Please understand the fact very clearly. Don't write. Listen first. GST is levied by central government but collected by state government. Always the money will be taken by seller state, not by buyer state. Now coming back to my example, who sold to whom? Ramesh sold to Suresh. What was the tax levied? What was the tax levied? GST. Levied by whom? GST is levied by central government. Collected by state government. Which state took that money in our example? On sales, Suresh is going to pay tax to whom? On sales, Suresh is going to pay tax to whom? AP. So AP government is telling, for the tax paid to Telangana government, why should I give you input tax credits? You got the logic? This was the biggest problem prior to GST. Are you understanding, everybody? Madam, getting it or not? AP government is telling, Mr. Suresh, Babu Suresh, come here. You purchased from where? Ramesh. What you paid? CST. Who enjoyed that money? Why should I give you input tax credit then? Got the logic, no? Speak out. Yes, now, I'll give a practical example so that you get a complete clarity, sir. Okay? Sir, let us say, I'll give this example. Let us say, we went to one breakfast center to have our breakfast tiffin. Okay? There are two breakfast centers. There are two centers. One place, dosa is excellent, but chutney is bad. Besides that, there is one more tiffin center. Dosa is bad, but chutney is wonderful. You went to one place where dosa is very good. You ordered one dosa, told him one dosa with onions, with karapudi, all that you told, and took that dosa. That plate you took to this fellow. Anna, chutney. Will you give, sir? Cheppal leke marega. Correct, no? Where did you buy dosa? There. Who did you pay money? There. Why should I give you? Same question AP is also telling. Got the logic, no, sir? When you purchased, you paid what? CST. Money enjoyed by whom? Telangana. Why should I give you input tax credit, boss? Just an example. I hope you enjoyed and got the clarity on this. Getting clarity, friends. But this barrier, this problem is now broken by GST. Because first listen, then I'll give you time to write. Prior to GST, it was origin-based taxation. That means tax is going to seller state, and the AP is telling, for the tax paid to TS, why should I give you credit? It's a logical question only, no, sir. Sir, imagine you yourself, you took dosa there, paid money there. Why will this fellow give chutney here? The correct only, no? Next. But in GST, it is a destination-based, wrong answer, destination-based consumption tax. The tax will go to that state where the goods or services are consumed. I'm 100% sure you would have heard this word, destination-based tax. But the meaning of that is this. Sir, learning should be meaningful. Without logic, without any system, if you just learn, it's of no use. Clear, no? We are final students. If it is inter, then story is different. But we are final students. Clarity of thought should be next level. Clear? Speak out. Take this example, come on. Friends, got complete clarity? So prior to GST law, what we followed? Origin based taxation. But under GST, what we followed? Destination based consumption tax. Bracket right. Tax will go to that state. Destination based consumption tax. After writing that bracket, you write. After writing that, please write in the bracket. Tax will go to that state. Tax will go to that state where the goods tax will go to that state where the goods or services tax will go to that state where the goods or services are what, friends? Consumed. Tax will go to that state where the goods or services are consumed. Are we all getting clarity on this point, everybody? Friends, please reply. Now I have a question. GST has come to India when, my dear friends? Now what was the problem here is, prior there were some taxes which were levied by central government and some taxes levied by state government. Some are levied by center, some are levied by what's there? State. And to give dual power, I am sure you know in GST that there is CGST and SGST. Correct, no? To give dual power, there was a need to amend the constitution. And for that, they brought Constitution 101st Amendment Bill 2014. Come on, friends, what did they bring? Constitution 101st Amendment Bill 2014. So the point is very clear that Constitution they keep on amending for various reasons. 101st time they brought the bill for the purpose of GST. Getting the point, everybody? Constitution 101st Amendment Bill 2014, which has subsequently become Constitution. Wait a second, small correction. This is Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill 2014, which has subsequently become Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2016. So it took almost 2 years for the bill to become act. How will the bill become act? You know that, no? First we'll put in Parliament, approved by Lok Sabha, then Rajya Sabha, then it is signed by President, then it becomes an act. Sir, Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill has become 101st Amendment Act. How 122 became 101? How 122 became 101? Sir, not necessary that every bill will become act. It's not necessary that every bill will become act. Sir, getting clarity? Everybody, friends? So, Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill 2014 has become Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2016. Sir, clear with this? Next slide. Sir, do you think India invented GST or discovered GST? Invention, discovery, there is a difference, no? Invention means finding something new. Discovery means already existing and the same thing we have copied. Correct, no? What about GST? Did you invent GST? Which country introduced GST first? France was the first country to introduce GST in 1954. Which country introduced GST first, friends? France. Which year? But India adopted Canada model of GST, which is technically called dual GST model. I repeat one more time, friends. India adopted what model, my dear friends? Which is dual GST model. Dual GST model means center and state together will levy and collect the tax. Understood, no, friends? Dual GST model means what? Center and state together will levy and collect the tax. Write that line, come on. Center and state together will levy and collect the tax. Understood? Friends, please reply. And let me tell you, it was not so easy to bring GST in India. Clear, friends? I'll take 2 minutes of time to discuss something interesting. This will not come in exam, but you should know this. That is, when GST bills were brought into the parliament, yeah, lot of states in India told okay, but states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, they all started shouting, telling, we don't want GST. We don't want? Can somebody tell why? Excellent answer. States like Maharashtra, Gujarat, they are all more of manufacturing states. And prior to GST, we followed what? Origin-based taxation. And now what we are going to follow? Destination-based tax. Once we follow that, these states will lose money because of GST, no sir? That is why they told we don't want GST. But since majority of the states in India were controlled by BJP, they had to keep quiet. Gujarat shouted, Modi told hello, they told okay. Maharashtra shouted, Maharashtra controlled by BJP, they told okay. The only state which shouted till the last was Tamil Nadu. But finally, that lady shouted like anything. Who is it? Jayalalitha. But by the time GST has come, she passed away. Since she passed away, one person called Pannir Selvan, he became CM that time. And the political dynamics in Tamil Nadu got shaken like anything. That's where they also could not talk anything. You understood? Speak out, friends. Then they asked states like Telangana. Some all states they asked. Telangana, these all states they asked. Telangana bluntly told, no problem, bring GST. Because Telangana is not more of a manufacturing state. Clear, no friends? But states like Telangana, AP, Goa, they all shouted and they told one condition. That is, we will all support GST, but don't touch alcohol. Don't touch alcohol means? No GST on alcohol. That means alcohol is tax free. In alcohol, still the power to levy tax was with? Exactly. Getting the point, everybody? On 1st of July 2017, all the states in India except Jammu and Kashmir accepted GST. On 8th July 2017, Jammu and Kashmir also told okay for GST. That is where it became one nation, one tax. Getting the point, everyone? All of us? So what is GST full form? Goods and? So what they have done very clearly in the law is that in order to compensate the states in order to what, sir? Compensate the states who have lost revenue on account of introduction of GST. In order to compensate the states who have lost revenue on account of introduction of GST, they brought something called GST. They brought something called GST compensation cess on some products such as tobacco, motor cars, but I hope you know that recently government gave a notification telling that they are removing GST compensation cess, and lot of products they removed 12% rate and they made it as 5%. 28%, many products have become 40% also. Clear? Tobacco, motor cars, aerated water. In your syllabus, you don't have which product what rate. Don't worry. If that is there, 800 marks only GST then. Tobacco, motor cars, and what is the other one? What is aerated waters? Ice cream. Oh my God, no. Maaza, aerated water. Maaza, you know? Fruity, Maaza. Is it aerated water? The answer is no, sir. Your Thumbs Up, Sprite, Coke, they are all called aerated water, which contains that gaseous substance. Whenever you drink Maaza, you will not feel anything. But when you drink Sprite, at the end of drinking, aerated waters. Are getting clarity? That is called compensation cess. And it is used to compensate those states who have lost money on account of introduction of GST. And my question to you, can you please tell me which states lost money because of GST? Don't tell any names. Don't tell any names. Your answer should be manufacturing states. Because before we followed origin-based taxation, but now we are following destination-based consumption tax. Are we all getting clarity, friends? What is GST full form? Goods and Services Tax. Please speak out. Goods and Services Tax. Which country introduced GST first? Did India invent GST? Exactly. We have taken it from other country. But did we follow France model? We followed the model of Canada model, which is technically called dual GST model, where center and state together will levy and collect GST. Clear, friends? What are the taxes which were there prior to GST? VAT, GST, excise duty, service tax, luxury tax, entertainment tax, entry tax, tax on betting, gambling, lottery. All these were there prior to GST. And all these taxes have subsumed into GST. And GST has come into with effect from 1st July 2017. Was there a need to amend the constitution? Why? Because to give dual power. Prior to GST, there were some taxes levied by center, some taxes levied by state. In order to combine that power, there was a need to amend the constitution. I wrote that line. To give dual power, they had to amend the constitution. And further, they brought Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill 2014, which has become Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2000. That's it. Are we clear with all these points, friends? Everybody, sir. That's all. So, friends, during the session, I'll give you two materials. One is your concept book, which contains all the topics, right, starting from customs till starting from GST till customs. All the topics are covered in this concept book. And if you observe carefully, if you look at example topic like supply, I again divided supply basics, supply charge of GST, composition levy, exemptions, circulars, case laws. Everything is covered in detail. Input tax credit, basics, job work, payment of tax, and then circulars. Sir, any point can become a question in the examination. Every mark will count. Ultimately, it is not 1 mark, it is 6 months. Correct only? No, sir. This is your concept book. One more book I have given you, that is for a question and answer book, where you have got all the questions, almost 400 pages material it is. Lot of question and answers are given for every topic. Majority of them will discuss during the sessions only. Clear, friends? So the only thing I want from you is utmost sincerity, utmost participation in the classroom and not missing any class. Come regularly, rest all leave it to me, I'll take care. That's my job. Clear? Thank you so much. Take care. Balance will take forward in next session. Shiva Teja signing off. Bye bye.